Getting caught in the middle of parental conflict can be harmful for a child. The impact can be long-lasting, life-altering, and detrimental. A child stuck in the middle can take on a number of different roles. Here are the 5 we see most often. 1. The mediator. In this role, the child is trying to manage the relationship between their parents. They want to bring about peace and reconciliation, and they want to solve the problems. This can feel like such a heavy burden. They can feel pressure and guilt if the conflict continues. To reduce this, we want to encourage parents to reach agreements and make plans to move forward, so the child is protected from taking on this role. 2. The judge. This child feels the pressure to take a side. They want to determine who is right and who is wrong. This means they lose sight of nuance, and they just see the world as heroes and villains. They can end up losing a relationship with one of their parents. This can isolate them and impact their ability to form positive, long-lasting relationships throughout their life. We want to help parents to help the child to understand what is happening. We want to encourage them to have this conversation without blame or criticism of their partner. 3. The confidant. The confidant knows secrets. They know how their parent feels because the parent has shared too much. Maybe they've relied on their child to fill the gap of the intimate communication they lack with their partner. A child in this role can feel overwhelmed. They might feel responsible for their parents' well-being or resentful because they've been put in that position. We want to encourage parents to find appropriate people to talk to. Sometimes we all need to offload our problems, but we don't want children to have to receive it. 4. The messenger. This child carries information between the 2 parents. It could be about money, contact, frustrations. It can lead to a child being too involved in their own care. Remember, they are just a child. They shouldn't be worrying about parental details. We want to ensure parents are working to communicate openly or use a third party who has the capacity and understanding to navigate that role. 5. Finally, the spy. The spy shares information, informing a parent, telling tales, covering up for them. They learn that you can't trust in a relationship. You have to check. You have to find evidence. This child can learn to lie, to adopt sneaky behaviours and isolate themselves. We want parents to understand that this role hurts the child, and it also prevents them from moving on or improving their relationship. There are many other roles a child could take on. A scapegoat, testing the boundaries because they're scared their parents are abandoning them. A reconciler, trying desperately to bring the parents back together. A peacemaker who's telling each parent what they think they want to hear. And a substitute parent or carer, a child who has to provide practical or emotional support for their parents, taking on household duties or looking after other children. Helping parents to identify the role their child might be taking is the first step towards positive change. Work with parents to discuss the impact of their conflict on their children. Work with them to find alternative behaviours which could protect their child. We don't want children to feel forced into a damaging role. We want to empower parents to conflict more constructively, teaching their children valuable life lessons and investing in their future.